Yo, what is up guys? JrzSaiyan here, and I want to talk about Goku versus Beerus. Okay guys, as y'all know, Battle Gods had Goku versus Beerus where it first came out, and at that point in time, Battle Gods was probably one of the best Dragon Ball Z movies that there was. Just the little action they had was really amazing. You know, my favorite part was when Goku turns Super Saiyan and says, "I will not let you destroy my world," and he just like goes ape shit, and he just wrecks for that point in time where he turns Super Saiyan. And that exact moment is what I mean by Super Saiyan being so iconic, even with the new transformations. When Goku goes Super Saiyan, it's just like, it just brings you back to knowing how iconic Super Saiyan is and how much more badass it is with Super Saiyan being in the picture. So hopefully they don't do away with that. Okay, so let me get straight to it, guys. Dragon Ball Super Goku vs Beerus finished. Wow. I didn't think Dragon Ball Super can make, Battle Gods, the arc or the fight, any better than it already was. Considering that, and that part, my favorite part, and just the action, or how much of a savage Beerus was, fighting Super Saiyan 3 Goku on King Kai's planet, flicking him with one finger. But you know what? Dragon Ball Super, really caught me by surprise. In Dragon Ball Super, Beerus is so much more of a savage, like, it's crazy. And they first of all, the Super Saiyan God transformation, the Dragon Ball Super, and Battle of Gods, Dragon Ball Super takes the cake. It was wow. They did the whole freaking Lion King sequence in order to become a Super Saiyan God. Like, it was that epic. And I remember Mike from Laughing Stock actually said that on a tweet. It was pretty funny. It made me laugh, so I had to say it. Shout out to Mike. And guys, I didn't think the fight could get any better with between Goku and Beerus. And at first, I did like Battle of Gods, Goku vs Beerus, Super Saiyan 3, and against Beerus on King Kai's planet, because it was a lot more, savage. But I guess they can stand toe-to-toe against each other. If I would have categorized them as which one's better, I would give Battle Gods a little slight advantage, but Beerus was a savage in that part. So straight to the point of Goku versus Beerus, wow. Super they really outdid the fight. It was so much more epic. And not just that, Goku and Beerus are so much, when I mean so much, I mean like leagues above what Battle of Gods portrayed them to be, at least in power, strength, technique, and everything. Actually, it was that much more epic, guys. The fight was that much more action-packed, high-flying. Goku versus Beerus, Battle of Gods, almost taking out the universe. Pretty much, the universe would have been taken out if it wasn't for Goku being smart and calculating the exact angle and strength and speed of Beerus's punches to nullify some of the effects. And not just that, Beerus would have destroyed the universe, but he nullified the whole blast, that the light that Hercule tried to protect Videl from, the light that everyone saw was going to destroy the actual universe, but Beerus nullified it. And he can do that, he said, by using 100% of his power. He has to, for that split second, he has to use 100% of his power to nullify the actual attack to nothing. So, wow, I'm in awe, still in awe. I cannot wait till Dragon Ball Super is dubbed, because I want to see that fight. I've learned to respect the Japanese, the Japanese version. Because at first, not now, but a couple years ago, I didn't like it at all. I thought they sounded like little whiny babies. And, that was my initial, perspective. But watching Dragon Ball Super is like watching Dragon Ball Super in Japanese every week is like every week when I was a kid, waiting for the new episode of Dragon Ball Z to come out dubbed. It has that nostalgia with it. So when I'm older, I'm gonna be like, I actually watched it in Japanese and I liked it. I really liked it. I respect the voice acting, even though I love Funimation and Sean Schimmel, the dub. I love it a lot more. But that doesn't mean I don't respect and love the actual Japanese, the original. So Goku vs Beerus was wow. Super really, like I said, I sound like a broken record, but they outdid themselves, guys, and the fight was so much more intense, so much more action, so much more savageness. Beerus was a freaking savage, and Goku, wow, Goku going Super Saiyan and Super was almost, I'm gonna say this again, was almost as good as Goku going Super Saiyan and Battle Gods. That my favorite part of the Battle of Gods. Everything of Battle Gods, so that's including Battle Gods movie and Battle Gods arc and Super, was that part where Goku, turns Super Saiyan and says, "I will not let you destroy my world," because that was just iconic. Honestly, that's just iconic, and it'll always be remembered. Always. And it'll always be referred to when you mention Super Saiyan favorite moment, because honestly, that's one of the best moments I could think of next to other Super Saiyan transformations, and it's that badass. But Dragon Ball Super, when Goku turned Super Saiyan and kept fighting, and Beerus was like, well, I think your transformation ran out. Well, a while ago your transformation ran out, but your power didn't, your strength didn't, and they're fighting, and Goku's Super Saiyan. It's just like, damn. Imagine if Goku would have done this back in Battle of Gods, right? But if he would have done this but fought more instead of, because he went Super Saiyan, he like wrecked, but he didn't. It just looked like he wrecked, but he got tired real quick, like his strength went away. And in Super, he went on to fight for a good amount of time, which was really badass. And the fight sequences in Super was so much more and so much better choreographed. It was so much better choreographed than it was in Battle Gods. Just if you compare both of them, guys, Super takes the cake in pretty much everything except for that one part, in my opinion, and maybe slightly Battle Gods takes the part in Goku vs Beerus on King Kai's planet when he's Super Saiyan 3. But guys, Super really lived up to the hype. Honestly, after a couple episodes, not a couple episodes, but after that Pilaf episode, a lot of people were pretty let down on it. But you have to think about it. Dragon Ball Z had those kind of episodes every once in a while as well, because it's all build up, or it's pretty much build up, or they need to think of an idea how to get this going, how to get that going, because guys, they want to make it as epic as possible in order to intrigue all the fans, not just over there in Japan, but around the world, worldwide, because Dragon Ball Z is, worldwide. It's one of the biggest animes that there is. And Dragon Ball Super, Goku vs Beerus, was so much more powerful. They almost destroyed the universe. The universe was crumbling, and a lot of people don't seem to understand. That's leagues and leagues ahead of Battle of Gods, the movie. Battle of Gods, the movie. All they did was they were in space, and Beerus almost destroyed the planet with his giant supernova sun thing. Yeah, it was a supernova, right? And over here, he did the same thing in a way, but he also did so many other atomical universal destroying blasts, and Goku beat him with kamehamehas, like giant enormous kamehamehas, which I will not it was that epic. Like, dude, it was that epic, and I'm just in awe thinking about it, because Goku's, and what I really loved about Super's portrayal of Battle of Gods, the Battle of Gods arc, Goku vs. Beerus, is Goku's never give up attitude. I will never give up, because wow, I had never gotten so hyped with Goku not giving up, even with an opponent as strong as Beerus. Matching up against Beerus, Super Saiyan God was amazing against Beerus, right? Going Super Saiyan was so much more amazing against Beerus with that iconic, Super Saiyan transformation. And when they fought, I was just like, oh my god, this is really not happening, right? And Goku's fists getting all burnt because the amount of strength he puts into his punch, going up the atmosphere. Well, you know what I mean, going up the earth into space, and going across gravity like that. It was just like, wow. Just the choreography of Super was so much more amazing than Battle of Gods. The action was so much more amazing in the long term. Because, like I said, my favorite part of both is that part where Goku turns Super Saiyan in Battle of Gods, the movie. But my favorite out of the two would have to be Super by a long shot. I'm sorry, but it's true. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you like Battle of Gods better than Super? If you haven't seen Super, go check it out. I'm not even playing. Like, go check it out. You have to. But you have to start from episode 1, and it'll build up. I promise it'll build up. It's just like Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was not all the action all in one episode. You already know that. Frieza, Goku and Frieza went on for like a million episodes. So, I mean, just looking back at Dragon Ball Super, Goku versus Beerus, he punched through a supernova in Goku vs. Beerus in Dragon Ball Super. He just like punched through, and Beerus was like, whoa. And like I was saying, going back to Goku's never give up attitude, wow. When Beerus said the fight is over, and Goku's like, you might be a god, but you'll never tell me what to do, or you never tell me to give up. And he kind of like fainted for a second. Beerus like, I'm gonna finish this the way it started, with the blow to the head. So he kind of flicks him, and Goku's falling, and he just like out of that pure never give up attitude, he got up and said, I will not give up until my body cannot move. That is the attitude you need in life, not just in Dragon Ball Z. That was so epic, because Dragon Ball Z has that, those life-changing moments where you watch it and you really evaluate your life to be like Goku, to never give up. And Dragon Ball Super really portrayed that. Goku really portrays that attitude that you need to have, taking on life, taking on obstacles against anything. Him in particular against Beerus, the god of destruction, who is a freaking savage in Dragon Ball Super. Like, if you compare both of them, wow, the comparison is amazing, guys. What they did from Battle of Gods to Dragon Ball Super, the leap they made. I mean, the animation might be better in Battle of Gods, but the leap they made in everything else, or just everything in general, to Dragon Ball Super is so much more amazing. You really need to see it to believe it. See it in Japanese. Learn to respect the Japanese voice actors, the original voice actors, because without them, we sadly wouldn't have the dubbed version here. So yeah, guys, I kind of went on for a bit there because, Dragon Ball Super has really lived up to my hype and to the hype of most people, and I love it. So yeah, guys, y'all have an amazing, blessed day. Let me know what you all think, and what do you guys think is better, Battle of Gods, Dragon Ball Super, Goku versus Beerus? Because in my opinion, Dragon Ball Super takes the cake by right now. At least from my seeing both of them, maybe seeing them back again. No, I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball Super will take the cake for a long, if not forever, in actual overall analysis of Goku versus Beerus. We're talking about Goku versus Beerus here. So yeah, guys, I hope y'all have an amazing, blessed day. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!